Okay, so get this, right? Like just imagine a world where your self-driving car doesn't just follow the rules of the road like a regular car. It actually like understands the physics of the world, of everything around it.
Hmm.
You know, like it can predict how other cars will behave,
Yeah.
pedestrians, even, like rogue squirrels, whatever,
Hmm.
and making it infinitely safer, and more reliable.
Yeah.
So it sounds pretty futuristic,
Oh,
right?
it does. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks to Nvidia and their work on this physics-aware AI, that future, it might be closer than we think.
Mm.
We've got two articles here, one from source name redacted,
Okay.
and the other titled "Why World Foundation Models Will Be Key to Advancing Physical AI."
Right.
Both diving deep into Nvidia's kind of mind-bending platform. It's called Nvidia Cosmos.
Mm.
So what's fascinating here is that Nvidia isn't just teaching AI the basic laws of physics like gravity.
Yeah.
They're creating a platform
Hmm.
where AI can actually learn and adapt its understanding of physics,
Yeah.
just like we humans do.
Yeah. Through experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm already intrigued.
Yeah.
But before we get like ahead of ourselves, let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
Like like what exactly is Nvidia Cosmos?
So NVIDIA Cosmos, it's a platform built around this thing called World Foundation Models, or WFMs for short.
Okay.
And these are basically really sophisticated neural networks that can simulate real world environments.
Okay.
So they can take in all sorts of data, text, images, videos,
Hmm.
and use it to kind of predict outcomes based on their understanding of how the physical world
Oh,
works.
it's like giving AI, like a crash course in physics 101,
Yeah,
but way more advanced.
exactly. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
These models don't just memorize a set of rules. They can actually learn and evolve their understanding of physics over time.
Well,
So think about it like when you first learned to ride a bike,
yeah,
you probably fell a few
of
times,
course.
right? But through those falls, you learned how to balance, steer, and react to your environment.
Mm.
And WFMs, they can do something kind of similar in the virtual world. They
Uh,
they can run, countless simulations, learn from their mistakes, and continuously refine their understanding of physics.
that's pretty incredible. It's like they're giving AI the ability to learn from experience, just like we do.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a real game changer when it comes to, building robots and autonomous systems that can operate, safely and effectively in the real world.
Hmm. Now the articles mentioned something called advanced tokenizers.
Okay.
That these are a key part of NVIDIA Cosmos. Um, and I'll admit that sounds a bit over my head.
Okay.
Can you break it down for us? For us non-techie folks.
Oh, of course. Um, think of it like this. You have a complex sentence,
Okay.
right? And you need to break it down into, individual words and punctuation marks for a computer to understand it. So that's essentially what tokenizers do.
So.
They take complex data, images, videos, sensor readings,
Mhm.
and they break it down into these smaller digestible chunks that AI models can process.
Okay.
So what makes NVIDIA's tokenizers advanced is their ability to capture more nuanced information about the relationships between those chunks of data.
So it's like understanding not just the words in a sentence,
Right.
but also like the grammar and the context that give the sentence meaning.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's crucial for building AI systems that can make, accurate predictions and decisions in these complex and dynamic environments.
So these tokenizers are giving AI a deeper, richer understanding of the world around it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's where things get really really interesting. One of the articles mentions that Nvidia is making these advanced tokenizers
Right.
as well as their WFMs available under an open license.
Okay. Yeah.
So what are the implications of that?
Well, that's a huge deal
Wow.
because by making this technology open source, NVIDIA is essentially saying, "Hey, world, let's all collaborate. Let's all push the boundaries of what's possible with physics-aware AI."
Hmm.
Right? So this could lead to like an explosion of innovation in robotics, autonomous vehicles,
Uh,
and countless other fields.
yeah.
Um, so think about it. Like any developer, researcher, or company could potentially access and build upon these powerful tools.
That's a pretty bold move on Nvidia's part. It's almost like they're planting the seeds for a whole new ecosystem of AI development.
Exactly. And that's one of the things that makes, Nvidia Cosmos so exciting.
Mm.
It has the potential to democratize access to this cutting edge AI and accelerate the development of really groundbreaking,
All
technologies.
right, I'm hooked.
Good.
Tell me more about how this is actually being used in the real world.
Okay. Well, one of the most compelling examples is Uber's use of NVIDIA Cosmos in their self-driving car program.
Uber. Like what's so unique about how they're using it?
Hmm.
I mean, it's not like self-driving cars are a brand new
It's
concept.
true, but think about the limitations of current self-driving systems.
Yeah.
Like they're mostly rule-based, um, relying on pre-programmed responses to very specific situations.
Right.
But the real world is messy,
Yeah.
and unpredictable, and that's where this physics away AI comes in. So
Yeah.
so NVIDIA Cosmos allows Uber to create these virtual environments where they can train their self-driving algorithms on an almost infinite number of scenarios.
So instead of just teaching the car to recognize a stop sign,
Right.
they can teach it to understand like the physics of stopping, like
Exactly.
the relationship between speed, braking force, road conditions.
Precisely. And that's a huge leap forward in terms of, safety and reliability.
Yeah.
So by understanding the underlying physics, the car can anticipate potential hazards, and react more intelligently to these unexpected
Okay.
situations.
So let's say a ball rolls out into the street and there's a kid chasing after it.
Yeah.
A traditional self-driving system, it might just slam on the brakes,
Right.
potentially causing an accident.
Right.
But a car using Nvidia Cosmos might be able to predict, the trajectory of the ball,
Yeah.
the child's movements,
Yeah.
and make a more nuanced decision, like slowing down gradually
Yeah.
or swerving slightly to avoid a collision.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond, these rigid rule-based systems and towards AI that can reason about the world in a more human-like, kind of a way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now I know you're going to bring me back down to earth here.
Okay.
All of this sounds amazing, but
Yeah.
but I'm sure there are some serious challenges
Sure.
involved in developing and deploying this kind of technology.
Yeah.
So what are some of the potential roadblocks?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is in ensuring that these AI systems are truly robust and reliable.
Mhm.
Remember we're talking about systems that could potentially control, vehicles, robots,
Yeah.
other machines that interact with the physical world.
Hmm.
So even a small error in their understanding of physics could have, some serious consequences.
So how do you go about testing and validating something as complex as a world foundation model?
Right.
You can't exactly take it for a test drive like a regular car.
Right. That's where NVIDIA Omniverse comes in.
Omniverse,
Yeah.
another piece of the puzzle.
Right.
What exactly is that?
So think of it as a massive virtual testing ground for AI systems.
Okay.
It's a platform where developers can create these highly realistic simulations of real world environments
Mhm.
and scenarios. So they can run countless virtual tests, expose their AI to all sorts of edge cases and
Mhm.
see how it performs, under pressure.
So it's like a giant virtual sandbox
Yeah.
where they can safely push the limits of their AI creations without worrying about causing any real world harm.
Exactly. And it's crucial for ensuring that these systems are, ready for prime time.
Mhm.
There's a famous anecdote in the AI world about an early self-driving car prototype
Okay.
that kept misidentifying fire hydrants as pedestrians.
Wait, what? Yeah.
It turns out that the training data for the car's vision system
Hmm.
included a lot of images of fire hydrants next to people.
Uh-huh.
So the AI kind of learned to associate the two objects,
Right.
leading to some comical but
Yeah.
but potentially dangerous misinterpretations.
Right.
So this kind of thing is exactly what Omniverse is designed to prevent. So by testing AI in this controlled virtual environment,
Yeah.
developers can identify and fix these kinds of bugs before they ever reach the real world.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
You don't want your self-driving car getting into a fender bender with a fire hydrant.
exactly. But beyond just safety testing, Omniverse is also a really powerful tool for collaboration and innovation.
Hmm.
So developers from all over the world can work together in these shared virtual spaces, building and testing new AI applications and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So it's not just a testing ground. It's also a breeding ground for new ideas.
Exactly. And that's what makes, this whole space so incredibly exciting. We're really just at the beginning of exploring the potential of physics aware AI.
Now I have to ask, with all this talk about self-driving cars and virtual sandboxes,
Mhm.
it's it's hard not to think about the potential impact on jobs. Like
Yeah,
like if AI can drive our cars and build our robots,
right.
what happens to all the human drivers and engineers?
That's a valid concern, and it's something that we as a society need to address. The reality is that AI is already automating certain tasks and jobs, and
Yeah.
and that trend is likely to continue. But I don't believe it's a zero sum game.
What do you mean?
So think about it, like the invention of the automobile, it didn't eliminate the need for transportation.
Hmm.
It just transformed it.
Hmm.
So instead of riding horses, we started driving cars. Instead of blacksmiths, we needed auto mechanics.
So you're saying that AI won't necessarily eliminate jobs.
You're right.
It'll create new ones.
Exactly. And those new jobs will likely require, different skills and training.
Right.
So instead of driving trucks, we might need people who can design and maintain self-driving systems.
Hmm.
Instead of assembling robots on a factory floor, we might need people who can program and train AI algorithms.
It's like a shift in the landscape of work rather than a complete disappearance of jobs.
Right, and that shift is already happening. The key is to be aware of these changes, to adapt and evolve our skills, and to embrace, these new opportunities that AI is creating.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to wrap our heads around.
Mm.
I mean, we've gone from self-driving cars that can barely stay in their lane
Right.
to AI that understands physics and can learn from experience.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the verge of something truly revolutionary.
We are. And like any revolution, it's going to come with both challenges and opportunities.
So as we navigate this uncharted territory,
Mm.
what are some of the key things we should be thinking about?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to shift our mindset from seeing AI as a replacement for humans to seeing it as a powerful tool that can augment our abilities and help us, solve complex problems.
Instead of fearing AI, we should be thinking about how we can use it to make our lives, better, safer, and more fulfilling.
Exactly. Imagine a world where AI can help us diagnose diseases, earlier, develop personalized treatments, or even design, buildings that are more energy efficient and resilient to natural disasters.
It's
Yeah.
it's like AI could be the ultimate problem solver. helping us tackle some of the biggest challenges facing humanity.
But it's not just about solving problems. It's also about, unlocking new possibilities.
Yeah.
So imagine AI-powered tools that can help us create, art, music, and literature
Mm.
that we never could have imagined on our own,
Wow.
or AI systems that can help us explore, the depths of space or the mysteries of the human brain.
It's almost like AI could become our creative partner, planning the boundaries of human imagination and innovation.
Precisely. But to realize that potential, we need to approach, AI development with a sense of responsibility and foresight.
Mm.
We need to ensure that these systems are aligned with our values, that they're used for good, and that they benefit all of humanity, not just a, select few.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we choose to use it.
Exactly. AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Hmm.
It's up to us to shape its development and ensure that it's used to create a better future for everyone.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this deep dive has left me feeling both inspired and a little bit overwhelmed.
Sure.
Physics aware AI, Nvidia Cosmos, world foundation models. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot to take in.
It is, but remember, you don't have to understand all of the technical details to appreciate, the transformative potential of this technology.
Hmm.
What's important is to stay curious,
Mm.
stay informed and stay engaged in the conversation about how AI is shaping our world. Yeah.
Great advice. And for those who want to dive even deeper, we'll include links to the articles we discussed in the show notes.
Absolutely. There's a wealth of information out there, and I encourage everyone to explore and learn more about this fascinating field.
All right, folks, that's a wrap for this deep dive into the world of physics aware AI.
Hmm.
It's been a wild ride, and I'm sure the conversation will continue, long after we sign off.
I have no doubt about that. This is just the beginning of a new era of AI, and
Good.
I for one am incredibly excited to see where it takes us.
Until next time, stay curious.
Yeah.